We opened a door and there was like smoked everywhere. You could barely see. It was so crowded
It was
intentionally.
hazed out.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then you
it
see
was
like
hazed
this
out.
crazy tower up, 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 up. And like the very first thing you see is you, Malik, doing your thing. It was awesome.
When I first started, some of them told me my name, DJ Malik, which is my name, wouldn't be marketable. You talk too much on the mic, or you're out there with the people. All the things that people love about me, they were like, oh, no one's gonna like that, man. And I'm not the life of the party. I bring life to the
Yeah.
party.
DJs versus live band. Go.
It's time to set the record straight right now. My like superpower is my energy that I had. Like I was always told I had too much energy and all these things that I really saw as negative things. And then realizing like, oh, DJing, this is where I'm wanted and needed. And this is a room that is asking for more of my energy.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to even success, is finding the rooms where who you are is welcomed and not just tolerated.
Behind every beautiful wedding is a story worth preserving. Hi, I'm your host, Andrea, founder of the nation's premier bouquet preservation studio. Through building that company, I've had a front row seat to thousands of weddings and the incredible professionals behind them. On Bridal Club, I bring you conversations with the experts shaping today's weddings. It's for couples planning their perfect day and the pros who make it happen. Welcome to the club, to Bridal Club.
Today's very special because it's my birthday. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing one of the top DJs in the world, top 12 by the Wedding Wire and the Nod. I am so excited. With that said, help me welcome DJ Malik to this episode.
Yo, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, man, I feel like I gotta play some music or something as a DJ. You can't tell me it's your birthday and I gotta sit here. I really wanna I want confetti to come down. I want the lights to change, you know.
I love it. I love,
Happy
by the way, that setup is brilliant. Is that your home?
no, this is our office. This is
Okay.
like out in our lobby area.
I mean, for those watching, just look at Malik right now. Look at what he's wearing. Oh my God.
I'm all about the aesthetic. I think that's why we could get into it. But I love design. I love being
Yes.
a part of design and making sure everything is always visually appealing as much as I can. So thank you, and thanks for having me on. I'm super honored to be here.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. I'm truly honored. Malik, you are from New York City, is that correct?
Yeah. Originally from Brooklyn. My mom and dad were born in Nigeria and then came here in their 20s, and so yeah, Brooklyn. And my mom and dad got divorced, but my dad lived in Brooklyn, my mom lived in Queens, and then I moved to Florida when I was 10. So
Wow.
um, I don't know. I don't really know if the New Yorkers claim me anymore, but I still got New York blood in me.
I mean, I can tell you're literally wearing the hat, so
Come on.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Malik, you were surrounded as a kid, I'm sure, with like arts, music, creativity all over like obviously New York and then even in Florida. When did you know as a kid or perhaps like growing up that you had like there was something drawn to you with music and entertainment?
It's funny because I don't come to be a DJ through music in general. Like I grew up loving music. I grew up listening, like my parents, just listening to their old records and being in the car and listening to what they're listening to. But I knew that I wanted to be a DJ and be in music when I realized like my like superpower is my energy that I had. Like in third grade, I really didn't like who I was, in the sense of I was always told I had too much energy. I'm always talking to people and he doesn't pay attention in class, and all these things that I really saw as negative things. And then when I moved to Florida, realizing that, oh, like these things are really good. The energy I have is great. My ability to connect with people is great. I just got to know when and how and where to connect those things. And I needed to find a place I can be an outlet. And if you think about a dance floor, you think about a party, all those things are very important and they're the main elements of a good time. A good time is all about people, connecting you to music and the senses, food, design. So this is my world. I live in this world of entertaining because I walk into a room, whether or not there's music or not, and I just go, how can I make people feel good in this room? And I'm reading the room. And so it just came from my ability to do that in real life, and then realizing like, oh, DJing, this is where I'm wanted and needed. And this is a room that is asking for more of my energy.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to even success, is like finding the rooms where who you are is welcomed and not just tolerated.
Oh my God, love it. I obviously did not know that much about you, so I love hearing about this. So just to paint the picture, I kind of want to tell our audience how we met. I was supposed to be at Engaged 2 years ago, and I ended up canceling the trip because I went to Miss America since we're like the official partner with my flower preservation company. And I was so sad, you know. I am going this year. And so ever since I started following Engage, and of course they reposted you because you have the coolest videos and dress exactly how you are dressed today. I remember like thinking like this guy is so cool, right? And so then in December, just a couple months ago, we had a WIPA event in Dallas downtown, and there was another event in Fort Worth at night. So guys, again, this was on a Monday, and I'm talking about Dallas and Fort Worth. If you're not from the Dallas area, it's about a 45-minute drive. And this was on a Monday. So we literally drove from Dallas to Fort Worth at 10 at night. And I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't really seen like the invitation or anything like this. We opened a door and there was like smoked everywhere. You could barely see. It was so crowded
It was
intentionally.
hazed out.
Yes. And
Yeah,
then you
it
see
was
like
hazed
this
out.
crazy tower up, 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 up. And like the very first thing you see is you, Malik, doing your thing. It was awesome. Tell me more about that event.
Oh man, that event was, that was probably one of the coolest events. They got to be the coolest event I did all last year. I did a lot of cool stuff. But that was a combination of one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Persephone from the Media Socialites. She, has a really dope just social media, branding, all the things for like wedding vendors. And so she partnered with the Crescent, which is the hotel there, and they were reopening. They just redid that outside area, and then paired with amazing designers and planners, the Kieran and Lay. They kind of partnered and pulled together like a rock star team, and they wanted to really show the beauty and the use of the space. And so ultimately they kicked it out, like blew it out of the park, because you walk in and it's this like sort of apocalyptic, it feels like a scene from the movie Dune,
Yeah.
and it's hazed out, and you have this like large like spaceship looking cylinder in the middle. And so the concept was this like that Dune feel. And so you
Yeah.
walk in and I mean, you could barely see anything. And I was up in this high tower. And usually when if you ever see me DJ, I'm used to like feeding off the crowd. But this is the first time I've ever had to be that far, like in
Yeah.
my own world, really. I had to feed off my own energy because I really couldn't see if people were dancing down there. So it was a cool experience all around, but
It
it was
was
definitely challenging and
Yeah, it was awesome. And of course we could see you. And like it was like the first thing that you could
yeah.
actually see, you know. So it was fantastic. So after that, we went to the after party and I was with Paula yours, and I believe you guys probably met at Engage, but I met you and we briefly talked and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy is so cool. He's so collected. He's so kind." But I remember specifically what you were wearing. I know exactly who you are because I just saw this cool dude at like on Engage wearing like the coolest things, obviously, like you can tell right now. So it goes back to your superpower. Like, regardless if you're on top of a big mountain DJing by yourself in a way, or if you're in a room of 100 people, like people are drawn to you because of your energy. It's really undescribable. I mean, ultimately puts you in the category of one of 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I appreciate that. I'm big on everybody has their superpowers that makes them unique. And I know that sounds so cliche, but just
It's not.
stick with me for a second. It's like we all have our own superpower. I I think when we see the greatness in people, the they have an ability to lean into their superpower and do it with confidence and love that they have the superpower instead of seeing it as something that they don't like or they need to hide. And so I just lean into that. And so for me, like I always say, like who I am is who I've always been in a lot of ways, because in, in in high school I got best dressed and I got most spirited as
Yeah.
my superlative, right? Like like who I am is just this ball of energy that needs to find the people in rooms that need it. And I need to, like, I have a desire and a passion and a love to give that energy out, because if not, energy is only transferred. It can't be created or destroyed. So I have to give it to something good.
Oh, I love
And
that.
that's what I feel like I do. And then to me, it's always about presentation. Like, like everyone loves a good steak, but if you serve that steak on a paper plate versus a nice weighted porcelain, like delivery is very big too, and aesthetic. And so I want to give you good things, but I want to do it with like really good presentation. And I think that's also like where I saw a void in our industry is like, man, like, why is it that everything's really beautiful and classy and tasteful about weddings, the design, and then all of a sudden it comes to the entertainment or the DJ and it's tacky or cheesy. And I'm like, no, like, I think we should be the coolest ones in the room, And so that's just what you're seeing as an expression of that. So.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So 10 years ago, you were basically a DJ at nightlife and clubs.
Yeah.
What made you move from that
Yeah.
era to weddings?
It's partly true. It was very short-lived is why. It was like, I can't even say, I did 2 clubs and I did like a year of parties. And
Okay.
then I was highly involved in a church organization for a number of years. I worked there. I was on leadership there, and all the older people in my church were getting married at this kind of all the same time. And I remember one of the people there, they were like, "Hey, the DJ backed out of my wedding. I heard you're a DJ. Could you DJ my wedding?" Sure. I mean, what do I have to do? And they're like, I just play music, like how you do. Whatever. But there's like formalities though, and you have to announce us. And I'm a public speaker. I live and breathe to be like on stage talking to people. I love it. So I was like, cool. I got to talk to people. Cool.
Yeah.
I was a teacher. I was a youth pastor for years.
Oh, wow.
Communication is my thing, right? And so I did that wedding. At the end of it, I was like, that was so fun. I felt like I really got to be myself and express myself and help people and facilitate and host and then DJ and throw down a crazy party. And at the end of the night, my friend handed me $600 and he goes, "Hey man, here you go. Thanks for filling in." And I was like, $600? That's a lot. I'm 19 years old, 2009.
Wow.
And I remember the entrepreneur in me was just like, wait, $600? And he goes, "Yeah, that's the other half."
Oh.
So I was like, "You're gonna pay this guy $1,200 to do this?
Yeah.
Something like this is what I'm in it." And then so the creative in me is expressed, and the entrepreneur in me is like, "Oh, and we can build
Wow.
something."
How old were you again? 19?
This was 19, my senior year,
Okay.
and first year of college. I was also going to school to be a teacher, going to school for seminary, and all the time I was through school, even my first year of teaching. I was DJing weddings as a side gig. It wasn't even like the main thing I ever wanted to do. Like I didn't grow up saying I want to be the best DJ like in the world.
Just
I was like, oh, DJ's fun and I get to make money.
This is 17
Yeah.
years ago, you guys. Like, oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just aged.
Right. I know. Trust me. I 35 today, and I'm like, this one is hitting me because it's
35.
literally.
I turned 35 in April.
Oh my gosh, we're the same age. I was
Oh my
hoping that
gosh,
you would say that you were older, seriously.
91. What a
Yeah, of
year.
course. But yeah, mid-30s is like truly mid-30s, and oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So I love the client experience, what you mentioned earlier. I mean, people can obviously tell through this podcast, and even if they're not looking at it, if they're just listening, the vibe, the energy. I mean, it's truly contagious. I actually just heard, I can't remember who it was. It was a podcast for sure, but energy is so contagious, right? Like I have a team of
Mm.
15 people, and one single person that's negative can impact the rest of my team by
Oh.
30%.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
Mm-hmm.
positive, it's only 15%. So negative is like double. It's like
Ooh.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Energy is currency. If you go off that quote of that energy can't be created or destroyed, then if I give you bad energy right now, you absorb that energy, and then now you as a human have to figure out how to process that and get it out of you. You ever someone like ever try to like make your day bad and you're just like, get that energy away from me. Like you're
Yes.
protecting your energy. Like all these energy sayings are, to me, I see it as a transfer always. Like even right here, people listening, I'm transferring you energy. You could sense it. You can't hide it. Energy never lies. Like you could say
100%.
something, you can do something, but if your energy's off, you're gonna catch it. And so that's why to me it's so important. Our campaign this year is more energy.
Look,
Yeah.
what I'm wearing.
See, she has the pin showing right there. And that's
Yeah.
our We want more of it. We want to send that to you. And so
I love it.
again, it's such a beautiful thing because I got in trouble in school for having this same thing, you know? So it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to me more than anything.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. My husband actually has a new podcast, and he's dyslexic, and kind of like with you, right? I mean, it was obviously a curse, but it's also a blessing. I mean, it is truly his
Yeah.
superpower because he was able to do more than most, and obviously he's a successful entrepreneur now. So yeah,
Hmm.
I love it. I have a
Yeah.
question, like, what separates a good DJ from a top 12 DJ?
That's such a good question. I think we're in a world, and I'll back my way into it. Uh, Generic is easy now because of AI and technology and access. Anyone can buy a camera, anyone can buy information, anyone can just get information on how to do things, play the piano. Da, da, da. So you have this thing in the middle where the middle is dying. Generic is dying. Good is dying because I mean AI can kind of do it for you. I mean, it's easy to create something good on the internet. And so I think the only thing that stands out in a world full of copycat everything is something that is unique enough to stand out.
Yeah.
And to me, uniqueness is your distinct set of combination of things that no one else can say but you.
Mm,
Okay. So, yeah, you can sell, or you can say that you have really beautiful flowers. Yeah, but everybody, like these four florists in your city have four, they create beautiful flowers. But what do you do different than those
yeah.
four, than those three? Well, I tell a story with the flowers and I source it from this. And you start naming the four things you do different
Yeah.
and you start to get a very good, clear brand. And that's what I'm big on. And so for me is I have a set of five things that make me DJ Malik that no one else can say. Maybe there are DJs who dress well, but do they dress well and do they execute and do
Yeah.
they play the music with the way, with the energy that I play it? There's probably a DJ who has a lot of energy. But does he dress well and add that combination? And maybe he doesn't know how to direct that energy the way I do. Like I know when to shut up. I know when to back off. Maybe you have too much energy and you don't know how to channel it. It's because it's not just having a lot of energy. Like you could be too much,
Right.
but you have to know when I walk into a room, I feel it out and I ask myself. I have intuition and emotional IQ.
Yeah.
So now an emotional IQ is a part of my selling point. I'm not weird. You see, and so when you add the combination of things up, that's me.
Mm,
And it's going to be really hard to be me. And
yeah.
so I think the really good DJs are niche. They're different. They do one thing really well. One thing really well.
Yeah.
That's why I love Chick-fil-A. That's why I love Five Guys because Chick-fil-A makes good chicken sandwiches. They don't try to do eight other things. Five Guys, they make really good burgers. And they just, you get in there, it's a burger.
Yeah.
It's a burger, and they do the burger really well. And that's, I think, what excellence is doing
Oh,
one thing really well.
I love it so much. And by the way, that is the vibe I got when I met you, right? As I said, I believe I just described you as collected, calm, and kind. So it wasn't loud. It wasn't like, look at me, like none of that. It was truly the opposite of like what I saw when you were DJing, you know?
Yeah,
So I
thank
love
you.
that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course. So speaking about excellence, I do have a flower preservation company, as you know, and we are the most expensive in the market. However, we do bring the best quality. I mean, in fact, we encourage
Yes.
people to compare. I want to talk to you about price and value because I feel
Yeah.
like there's a couple of things that are very different. And don't get me wrong, if somebody goes to a competitor of ours and see their Instagram, their stuff is beautiful. It is beautiful,
Mm,
you know. Now, if you compare the quality, you're gonna start noticing how flowers age over the years, like ours won't, you know, and theirs
mm.
will, and stuff like that. And so, talk to me more about the pricing and value when it comes to your craft.
God, I could do a 10-part series on this part. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay. Value is objective. Value is created by perception. From the consumer part, if you're shopping around for weddings, like a photographer you got a quote from can say, "Hey, well, I'm $20,000 for the day," and you can be like, get the heck out of here. But another couple might say the opposite. That's it. Value comes from a lot of different things, but to me, in essence, it's someone needs or wants something, and there's someone who is speaking that language and fulfilling the want or need and solving the problem. Now, all the other stuff in between, the how long. So for me, it's as the person giving it, I don't even look at the market. I say, what does it cost for me? What does it cost? And what do I need for me to leave my house, my family, go and do what I do and the way I do it, give my best work? What do I need? What do I want for my quality of life? So let's say, give you an example. In 2021, post COVID, I did 120 weddings myself, not just my team. 120 weddings myself, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like
Yeah.
making up for all the COVID weddings and then like the the boom right after that. And so, I mean, I did that at probably like $2,000 a pop, right, or something at that time,
Wow.
and then I was like, man, that was a great year of money, but I'm also burnt the hell out. And like, if I do a wedding Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that wedding is getting 10% of me. And the way I do it, like Andrea, I'm on top of stuff. I'm jumping on stuff. I'm fully present. I'm
Yeah.
the way I prep.
A true
Yeah.
performer, by the way. I mean, people could truly come to see you. No, it really is true.
Thank you,
It's true.
thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. And so that's not just me standing behind, and it takes a toll on my body. Like there's a lot that goes into what I do. So now, like I don't want to do 150, 120 weddings. I want to really only do like that. I mean, that year I said 75, and then now I have 75 weddings, less clients, more attention, more energy to give to each specific client. Therefore, the value of what I'm doing each time goes up.
Yep.
And every year I've gone down. Now I'm probably gonna do 30 weddings, 30 to 40 weddings, but I'm also now charging like $20,000
Yeah.
for a wedding. So, and I don't know how much you guys talk about pricing. I'm very open about my pricing. Obviously it changes, but like I'm the most expensive DJ I know. Like that's not a celebrity in my market, but that's just also what I need to leave my house. Like if I'm gonna go DJ a wedding in Hawaii for 4 days, I'm gonna be away from my kids. Like I gotta go,
Yeah.
give you that space. I've also said no to saying no to other weddings that weekend. So value changes, pricing changes, but it's at the end of the day, does the person inquiring perceive you the way you perceive yourself?
Yep.
And if it don't match, then you got to go find the people that see your value.
Yeah.
But that's where branding, that's where marketing comes into play,
Yes. And I definitely want to talk to you about branding. I definitely have a question because I mean you are a master of the brand for sure. And I
Thank you.
love branding too. I mean it's one of my passions.
Yeah.
As we discussed earlier before we jumped on this call, we do cater to other wedding vendors as well. So I know they're going to get a lot of information
Mm.
from us. And so, I mean, what you said earlier about price and value is so rich because ultimately sometimes we question ourselves with the pricing. I'm like, oh my God, we're way above market when it comes to what we do, but do
Hmm.
they do it like we do? No, they don't. You know what I mean? And so, no, I cannot compete with pricing. I will 100% compete with quality all day long. That's my
Ooh,
vibe.
I
That is
love that.
how I want it, and I'm proud. I want to be proud. I often
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
people, yeah, I often have people say like, "Oh, why don't you like create a line of half the quality because then it will be more volume. More volume
No.
equals more money." I'm like, it's my brand, it's
No.
my image,
Yeah.
I could not.
No.
I understand I'm giving
Yeah.
away millions. I just could not.
Imagine me saying I'm just gonna come and show up and only DJ a little bit or play half the song or half the.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
when I show up, I'm giving my best, and
yeah,
and I don't enjoy not giving my best. So
yeah.
so so I'm gonna only leave my house and let my DJs leave the house when when you value what our best is.
Because we're gonna give you excellence, period.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
it. I'm not gonna use a different source of steak. No, I want you to eat a good steak. Sorry, you gotta have the wagyu, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
I
eat
know, right?
the marbling on the
A5.
wagyu. It's the A5. I can tell you the name of the cow, where he's from in Japan. Like I
Yeah.
want that experience. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey,
Like,
one of the questions that people wanted us to ask is, DJs versus live band.
Let's go. It's time.
What
This
better
is,
person to ask but you?
it's
So
time.
let's go.
It's time to set the record straight right now.
Please do.
I love this question.
Go for it.
I want to give a hot take because I like hot takes. But it's my take is very politically correct, and then there is some like then I'll give you my like real opinion.
Okay.
But my politically correct and honest answer to that is like it really comes down to like what experience you want. And I know a lot of people when they search for that, they're like their mom or dad that's maybe helping pay wants to band and they want a DJ and they're like, "Ah, but we have to go because our parents are literally dropping 50K on this, like
Yeah.
on the entertainment. So there is that level of like, man, my parents really want to impress their people and aunts and uncles, and
Yeah.
but we want a DJ and or sometimes it's just they don't know which one's better. But I think if you value like live music and you like singing along and you like the performance aspect of it because it's a very different experience. A band is for the most part playing songs all the way through and they're doing the ensemble. They're giving you the full take of the song. So you gotta hear a Beyonce song. It's gonna be 3 verses. They're
Okay.
gonna take you through the whole song, right? And so if that's the experience you want, if you want that sing along, this is a band, yay. But if you want to get off 150 songs in 2 hours, and you want that like, bro, band can't do it like we could do it. I'm just saying, like, and so they just can't. I have a lot of friends that have bands. We work with bands. Like I love bands, but to me, if you have a desire to hear the song the way it was, then you got the DJ's gonna do it. The band is doing their best version, like a cover band version of the song, which again is fine. My political answer to that is do both, do a band and do after party DJ, right? Or, which is what we love, I'm calling it, it's already been done for the last couple years and building up, but this is going to be the year, I think the hybrid DJ band, it breaks through. And I think people are going to realize how dope it is. But you get a DJ, you get musicians that are well skilled in improvising and that they understand horn lines and notes and all that. And you pair it with a drummer and you have yourself a mini band. DJ that can play anything at any point, musicians that can play anything at any point and still perform. And I think that's the safe answer. But the real answer is, man, bands, I can't see us out here. This is what we do. I play. But here's the thing. I'll end it with this. I can hold the same energy a band of 15 people can hold on the stage. And not barely, I think, there's not a lot of DJs that can do that. So if it comes down to me versus a band, you go me all the time. Don't play. Don't play. But DJ A, whatever, DJ B, get the band, bro. Get the
Yeah.
band because they go stand there and they're just gonna look
Yeah.
at you like a deer in the headlights. That's not me though. I'll run across that stage back and forth. Like I'm on it, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
love it.
my long-winded answer.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the answer. So, as we mentioned before, like this podcast is again for bride and groom to be, but also for wedding professionals. You have mentored DJs in the past and also have spoken at industry events like Engage. Tell me more about how teaching and mentoring helps you shape your own business and your client experience too.
This is the age-old truth that I believe wholeheartedly is that the only way to grow anything is by giving it away.
Yes, love it.
It's the only way to grow. Scarcity mentality gets you nowhere. If you're afraid of someone copying you, you're doing something too generic and it doesn't matter anyways. If you are not wanting to help the people next to you, then you are about taking and not giving, and you're too scared of being outdone by someone else. Therefore, go make something better that no one else can do. Once you get confident in who you are and what you can do, you start giving away whatever because information is only 5% of it.
Yeah.
Information's free. Guys, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
information is like air. can't be afraid of that. So like I'm gonna give my best help and advice and mentorship to my DJs on my team, but also people that they would consider me. I give my people that consider me competition, I give them resources because now you got to go and do it. I have friends who like other DJs copy their stuff. DJs take my stuff all the time. I love it. If you never ask to be a leader if you don't want to be followed.
Mm,
It's like, what are you
wow.
like? What are we talking about? If
Yeah.
you want to be a leader in an industry, you are literally telling people to follow you.
Mm,
And guess what? The first part of learning anything is imitation.
yeah.
So when people are learning something, they should copy you. And then they should figure out how to do it like themselves, right? Like
Right.
if I'm showing you dance moves, you're gonna follow me. You're gonna, okay, step here. And then when you get the moves down, you're like, well, I'm gonna add this little thing to it. And so that's a part of learning. And so I just think you got to get out of scarcity mentality, which is I'm only here because of the people that did that for me. Honestly, I want DJs, mobile DJs that work in the event world to present better because they're good. I know so many good DJs that don't get booked because they're horrible at branding and storytelling and social media. And it's like, that's what I love helping them with. Is like, yo, get
Yeah.
your story straight,
Yeah.
get clear, and you're gonna kill it because people are gonna love you. But you're like the best kept secret. So I love giving back to my community, but that's also from maybe a place of privilege because of how far I've come in it. And I don't think I'm scared anymore. You know, there was a
Yeah.
time where I was like, I'm not letting anybody know my stuff. You
Yes,
know, you
I
know.
love it. You and I have so much in common. I mean, this is like the first true time that we actually, chat for
Yeah.
a long time and get to know each other a little bit more. We are the pioneers in flower preservation, and we have been for
Mm,
years. And to be honest, I was very scared before because I had friends that I would help, and help and tell
hmm
them how to do this and like try to help them skip the ugly part of it. And then they started literally copying my captions as is and stuff
Take
like
it.
that. But
Yeah.
we saw that all the time. And honestly, it was driving me bananas. Before I was sharing about business, flower preservation, everything. And for about 5 years I stopped. And truly, it fills my cup to give. I've always been that way. And I hated that for 5 years I didn't do it because I was so scared. And so
Mm,
on this podcast, it was truly for brides, solely for brides. And then I
yeah.
started seeing that a lot of like even competitors, but other wedding vendors start listening to it. I'm like, I think I'm back just giving it all. Like I really think, yeah.
You know
And
why? You know why? Once you give that away, guess what you're gonna do because you're so great. You're gonna go create something doper. You're gonna create something better. And
yeah,
so as long as you hold on to what you think is good, you are literally stopping yourself from great.
yeah,
So I love doing stuff and then completely giving it away, abandoning it. I'll tell you how I did it because
yeah,
now what it's going to force me to do is go make something better.
yes,
And so as long as you're like people like, oh man, I used to be so good in high school. I used to be the best football player, or I used to be on top of my game, and they're holding on
mm,
to
love that.
the last thing they created, and people's copying my stuff, and then it's like, bro, let it go and go get something new. Then, no,
Yes,
dude, as long as you're copying me, you're always going to be 10 steps behind.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
while
yeah.
you're copying me, I'm in the clouds, bro.
And to be honest though, like it's gonna happen regardless if you are the one teaching or they're gonna figure it out
Yeah.
now. Are they gonna figure it out a year later? Perhaps, but they're still behind you. At the end of the day though, teaching or not being focused on your lane, you're creative and creating and not really focusing on you, as you said, like being scared. I told my husband just
Mm,
recently, if God gave you a gift, it's your responsibility to give it away. I
mm.
truly do believe that, and it goes hand in hand with what you said. We definitely want to leave the industry better than it was when we arrived, and I think that's part of a legacy. Thank you so much for that conversation. It meant a lot to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I first started, there was actually the opposite. There was some older 50-year-old white males in my town who did not want this little young black kid coming in who presented well, who spoke well, who was semi-professional at the time, who could also throw a party. And I had a couple of the guys come around and say, like, some of them told me even my name, DJ Malik, which is my name, wouldn't be marketable, and you need to pick something that people aren't going to be afraid of. Da, da, da. And you talk too much on the mic, or you're out there with the people, and all the things that people love about me. They were like, oh, no one's gonna like that, man. you're making it about you and you got to fade into the background. No, I want people that want me to come there and be their hype man
Yeah.
because they don't have the energy I have, but they want everyone to have a good time. And
Yes.
so I need someone to come in and like be the hype person. Okay, I got you. I'm not the life of the party. I bring life to the
Yeah.
party
Oh, love.
because it's not about me, but I have a gift of making everyone in the room want to party harder.
Yeah.
Like, and the only way that happens is if I model that and I show you I'm dancing behind the booth. You should be dancing. Like right now, I just start, you just want to
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
It's caught, not taught. It's like, so yeah, like I didn't let that discourage me though. So now I want to do the opposite. Find a DJ, they have something weird or different and go, yes, do
Yeah.
that. Like
Amazing.
I know a guy he has a bow tie DJ, he does a bow tie. Okay, lean into that. Don't
Yeah.
let anyone tell you. I
Yeah.
know a guy who's called a Kung Fu DJ. He dresses up like a Kung Fu artist and he does, and it's really weird, but it's like, yo, it's so niche. But guess what? If you were looking for some weird, different, eclectic, and you were into Kung Fu and anime, whatever, you're gonna be like, I will pay you whatever
Yeah.
to come to my event because I can't find this anywhere else.
Yes.
The hard part is gonna be finding those people, but once you
Right.
find that community, so I'm like, I want to encourage. I want at the end of my life to have people say that I helped them discover their superpower, and
Mm.
that I believed in them even more than they believe in themselves.
That's so amazing. That's truly beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Actually, my last question was about branding. I love branding so much. I wear mostly in black because my brand is all
Yes,
black,
I see it. I
And
see
be,
it.
yeah.
I love the
And,
pictures in the back, the
ah,
door, the
yeah.
velvet chair. Like, oh, I love it. I
And
want to. I
people
want to. I
ask
want to
me,
have coffee there.
oh my, usually, well, typically we record the podcast right there. So next time you're in
Uh,
Dallas,
okay.
like,
When I'm in Dallas, we're gonna do part two.
yes, please. I will absolutely love that. But people ask me, why do you wear black all the time? Like, it's part of my brand. I'm obsessed with my brand. I'm obsessed with what I do. And you have to show it. And that's you,
Mm,
Malik, like big time. So tell me, for people that are listening, whether they're getting married or whether they're entrepreneurs or whether they are wedding vendors and want to truly find their brand, like
mm,
personal brand is so important if you have a brand, period. I mean, you are the
mm,
brand, period.
mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
how can they find that?
The most simplest way, understand who you are and why you do what you do. Start there.
Yeah.
Start with identity.
Yes.
The next step is finding the story. Okay. What's the story of you and why you do what you do? Why are you doing this and not anything else in the world? And why do you do it so well? Why are you the one, right? Then find the person that needs that and get very clear on how you speak to them, how they view you, what they
Yes.
need, their pain point, their problem, and solve their problem. They don't, at the end of the day, they don't care about you or your story. All they care about is that you're solving their problem and giving them what they need or want. Everything else is the how they get to you and at the end of the day, two things. Make someone feel something.
Mm.
That's branding.
Yeah.
Good branding is clarity on that feeling. That's it. And another way I could say it is branding is a hero in a story that needs to save somebody from something.
Yeah.
That's it. Every great movie you ever love is that story. You're the hero in the story. Who are you trying to save? How would the world be a less of a better place without what you do and who you are? That's branding.
So good. Chills. Love it.
That's
You're so good at this.
it.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
I love
I
this.
could do this all day.
I could,
I love this conversation too.
me too. So next time you're in Dallas, if you come with your wife, I would love to take you to dinner with my husband too,
Oh,
because we
yes.
love talking about business.
Yes.
I want to close this by saying thank you so much. I mean, oh my gosh, you are such a vibe. Everything that you do is top notch. How can people find you, connect with you if they are looking for a mentor, hire you, and if they're looking to actually hire a DJ, how can they find you?
Well, one, find me on the dance floor. Yeah, so Instagram is DJ underscore Malik, Malike, and then underscore again. It's the cool looking weird guy in the black and white photo. If you're a DJ and or wedding professional or creative that ever wants to just have a talk about anything we chatted on here, branding, leadership, scaling, any of that, I have a link to book a call I'll send. So just DM me on Instagram. Instagram is like the pathway to everything because it'll go out there. And then yeah, if you need a DJ, I have a team of 25 DJs on my team with thousands of musicians that we work with and go all over the world, Europe, I mean everywhere. So if you're looking for a DJ or just want to like chat about like the process and how that's going for you, just let me know. DJ Malik on Instagram, and I would love to chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for my pin. I absolutely love it.
Thanks so
Awesome.
much for having me. This is so
Yeah.
great.